Hello, I'm Bo with Windsor, coming to you from the Excellence Center on a Windsor Connect to talk to you about basic maintenance on a Versamatic vacuum. You know, the Versamatic vacuum is where our vacuum line began. It's 28 years old, has a lot of history behind it. It's available in 14 and 18-inch models, and it's still today one of our most loyally followed vacuums. To begin with, we're going to talk about the brush maintenance today. You know, the brush roll in the Versamatic doesn't need to be removed. However, the brush strip will need to be maintained and replaced. So to do that, simply unscrew the cover on the side of the brush housing, rotate the brush roll so that you can grab the brush strip and pull it out. You can replace the brush strip with either the standard black brush strip or a red brush strip that does an awesome job at picking up carpet that tends to grab lint. Next, we're going to look at how to remove the body from the base. We're going to look at, just by turning the knob clockwise, how you can slide the body off of the base for maintenance and use, since it's a dual motor vacuum, as a dusting brush. We're then going to look at replacing the bag. The first thing to do when you replace the bag, because of where the cover is located, is to remove the cord. Push down on the lever to release the bag, and when you put it back in, you'll need to be sure to put it in a certain way. We'll talk about that, but you also need to maintain the green filter, the secondary filter on the bottom of the machine. To do that, it can be kind of tricky if you don't know what you're doing. Simply pull up and forward, and it'll slide right out. When you replace the bag, like we talked about, it tends to give people some issues, and so the biggest thing is on the right side of the machine, when you put the bag in, to slide the bag into that slot that's designed to hold it, and then push the lever down and slide the left side of the bag into the slot on the lever, and that'll seat and position the bag correctly. Lastly, the hose and the motor filter. When you look at the hose at top, to remove the hose for cleaning, for maintenance, to remove a clog, whatever, simply pinch the tabs, remove the hose completely. The motor filter at the bottom simply captures carbon dust coming off of the brushes, but it will need to be replaced about 2 to 3 times a year. Simply press the button down in the middle of the filter and slide the filter down. So let's take a look live at how all this works. Okay, we're going to start by turning the machine. The locking knob that locks the body to the base, simply turn it clockwise, and then you can gently slide the body off of the base of the machine. This makes it much easier to work on the machine. Now, up top, you're going to see that we've got the brush strip right here in the brush housing. This silver plate, simply by unscrewing it, and lifting it out, gives us access to the brush roll. Simply turn the brush roll until the brush strip comes into position, and then slide the brush strip out. Now, this is very easy to maintain. Pull the brush strip completely out, slide the next brush strip in. And then tighten down. Lastly, on the base of the machine, you're going to notice there's a 4-position adjustment for height. One of the most common issues people have with their vacuums is that they don't adjust them properly. If you don't adjust your vacuum properly, it ends up putting stress on the motors. It ends up wearing out brushes too quickly. And so to adjust your vacuum properly, set this to setting 4, which is the highest adjustment. Turn the vacuum on and begin to adjust down until the brush begins to touch the carpet. Once the brush touches the carpet, that's the setting you need to set it on. And you'll know the brush has touched the carpet because the pitch of the motor will change. So make sure that your vacuum is adjusted properly at all times. To put the body back on the base, simply lift it into position. Slide down firmly, and then lock the locking mechanism. Okay, to maintain the bag, simply release the cord, grasp up here, and release this lever, and that allows the cover to come off. To remove the bag, simply press down, slide the bag out. You also see the green filter here in the bottom. To remove this, simply pull up and out, and it'll come out completely. Now this is your secondary filter, plays a critical role in your air quality. So what you'll want to do is replace this 2 to 3 to 4 times per year. Push it back in, and it seats with a positive click. When you replace the bag, it's important that you set the right side of the bag up in this clip, left side of the bag in this groove on the lever. So we'll pop this up in here. And you'll see the bag seats correctly. Now one thing that always seems to happen is that this bag is a little bit longer when it's brand new. As it fills up, pulls it up. But you'll want to make sure this is seated up here above the green filter when you put the cover on. Now, next step is to look at the core, or the hose. So to remove the hose, simply pinch the tabs. The hose pulls out for complete removal so that you can maintain it, replace it, remove clogs, obstructions, anything you need to do. Okay, so this is a very nice feature, very easy to access, very easy to maintain. The last step in maintaining your Versamatic is to maintain the motor filter. This filter, as we said earlier, filters the carbon dust coming off of the brushes of the motor. So to do that, simply depress the button and slide downwards. This will need to be replaced about 2 to 3 times per year. To put the new one back in, simply slide it into place, and you're ready to roll. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope this has helped you in the maintenance of your Versamatic vacuum. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach us at 800-444-7654 or on the web at windsorInd.com. Thanks and have a great day.